Thank you so much, Sue. This is a big match, Potter. We're talking about a quarterfinal spot on the line between these two squads. And, you know, we've talked a bit about it on the desk, but I want to get your thoughts specifically between this matchup. Who you got? What are you thinking?
Oh, man. Well, firstly, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a delay, but we finally made it here. Let's just dive into Gambit, right? I mean, we think back on day one, they had a bit of a slap in the face early in the morning, right? They had a wake-up call to start things off. And, you know, honestly, I think that's a great thing for a top team like Gambit to come into a tournament and have a nice little warm-up for themselves. So I'm fully expecting this squad to come into this series looking clean and polished. I don't want to see any of those shenanigans, those close maps like that Icebox versus Secret. And for Vikings side, it's all about Saucy, right? I mean, I know that Ball is going to be disappointed because he's not on the Sova. He's, in fact, on the Breach this time around. But let's see what kind of aggression these Vikings team brings out to the table for this pistol.
So are you are not in the 2-1 camp. You're thinking we get out of here quick.
I'm hopeful that
Sure.
it's not.
Sure.
But, you know, I mean, just historically, yeah, I think Gambit, they should be able to take this one 2-0.
And I think you kind of alluded to it, Potter. I think it's important for a team that has championship winning aspirations to be able to get through some of these things perhaps a bit cleaner than some might expect. So I do think you're right on the side of Gambit. Like, that's your moneymaker, man. You're in here statistically. This is a team that you should be beating. Get in, get the job done, and get out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you can see that the spike is still down for the Gambit side as they just kind of push back the defenders in mid. They do have ropes control, and you can see that the spike's now been collected by that Killjoy. He's going to go ahead and meet back up with his mates back towards A. So this is looking like it's going to be an A split. We're down to 40 seconds on the clock here.
Yeah, and you've got Redgar playing in a position to cut off rotations. A great start out from GTN, though, because that's the thing. Like, Gambit had established heaven control, right? They had that to them, and losing them up there, I mean, it's a big deal. We'll see if they're able to continue to double down on it. Redgar's going hunting. He's not just worried about cutting off rotations. He wants to cut things off way earlier off, but Sonic gets two big openers as well. Gambit, I don't know they're going to be able to get onto the site. Yeah, Redgar dealt some damage over by B, but that's really all he had, and that leaves Shados in a pretty brutal 1v4.
Ooh, dominant stuff there. And it didn't look like that's how it was going to go, right? Because Gambit just had so much real estate. The fact that
utility position there, right? Like dropping that nanoswarm down under Hell. Then the other utility that pushed him into that spot was just kind of in a terrible situation to be in. Setup walked away with two there. We'll see what Gambit can do. Not much as far as forcing up goes. They're just bringing pistols into this one.
Yeah, things have just slowed down. There is a Sheriff in play, Doug. There is a Sheriff. It's on Defo's back. And Defo, well, all right, good night.
That was Caster Curse 101. Right there.
I've done it to him. I've done it to him.
Oh, Redgar's
damage.
Yeah, Redgar got tagged up by that as well. Oh, and they know where he is. You gotta go, guy. You gotta go. He had a gravity well on the other side of him, too. There was nowhere to run as Gambit just continued to kind of get picked apart here. And for Vikings, you want to get out of this round as cleanly as you can, and that's certainly not what you want to see. Nats gets the Sheriff upgrade. Chronicle has one as well.
All of a sudden, Doug, this is a 2v2. That's clean for Sudakas. A freebie for sure, and some breathing room here for Vikings at least. Chronicle. He's still got a Sheriff on his back, but just 23 HP, and with the spike down, surely this is it.
Yeah, he's going to have to go absolutely insane to pull this bad boy off. You mentioned he only has 23 HP. I think additionally, Vikings know where the spike is. They're really kind of posted up right around it. The delay. So even if he somehow got past these two players and got the spike, he wouldn't have very much time to get the spike down. So a clean start out from Vikings, and it's been methodical, right? Like minus that blunder there in round 2 where it got to a 2v2.
You can see just a Ghost, Armor, Sheriffs, and those saved Spectres on the back of Vikings here. And full purchase here for Gambit. And look how aggressive Defo is.
Well, and it was off the gravity wall that was there. They had the setup that they wanted, and it was off of FRZ peeking mid. So Defo goes hunting, tries to find something, and there was just too much firepower on the other side.
Need that back.
Unfortunate stuff. I wonder, was there a bird that Defo was following? I missed that, but certainly Defo felt like he could absolutely capitalize on that space. Love that sort of aggression. It doesn't work out for him this time around. And for Gambit, they're just, that barely missed him. Barely missed him. Nats doing Nats things, taking over this A heaven control. And this should eventually allow the Sky, you can see towards mid, either they're going to meet up together and create some sort of a A heaven control, A heaven split, or Nats is just going to create a distraction and he's going in.
Well, yeah, and the alarm bot that was there gave his position away. That triggered the fault line, and you're right, he went in to try to find some of that, but Vikings, they had all of their bases covered in a sense to kind of catch Nats going in there. That's going to force Gambit to turn their attention towards B, and it's kind of worked out so far as Chronicle was able to get the opener. There was a ghost back site, and it was good to take care of Redguard, but not much more. That should allow Gambit to get onto the site and get the spike down, but the question is, are they going to be able to hold it? They have the weapon advantage in a pretty considerable manner too, right? Like Sassy only has a Sheriff, no armor to work with either. If they can keep the members of Vikings at bay, they should be able to get onto board here, Potter.
They should. Sky used a flash a little bit early, wasn't able to capitalize off that. Not any more utility left here for Gambit. Shadows, he's going to have to get this kill.
Shadows. That was kind of scary to look at, but Chronicle. All right, so Chronicle was able to get one. Shadows, he's going to have to force his way out of garage. Sadak swinging around. One kill, but doesn't get the second as Sadak got it to half, and he's going to get the defuse. Vikings up big.
What a round, barely surviving, 2 HP to Sadok's name. That is gonna get something like 70% of the time. The team that wins that bonus wins the entire map. So for Gambit, again, we talked about their slow start on day one. The fact that map 1, they were getting bullied in that server on Icebox. Split, it's supposed to be a home map. It's supposed to be a comfort pick for them. And it's a slow start for Gambit to...
Yeah, they've got to get out of the gates. They've got to get past this like trudging mud that it feels like they're working their way through at the beginning of the tournament. And so far, this isn't the start that they wanted. You mentioned economy on the side of Vikings in the previous round. Because they were able to convert that, the concerns have been assuaged as far as what they're bringing in. They do have full rifles. They do have full armor and a good bit of utility to work with as well. So great start out from Vikings for Gambit. It's been tough treading. They do have a little bit to punch back with. They also have Chronicles lockdown, but Sadak has this as well.
And all 5 members of Gambit here are very much grouped together. Decent paint shells. It slows things down, at least keeps Gambit at bay. But here we go, round 2. They're coming back towards B Heaven, and oh man, this Killjoy utility is just so perfectly layered. Sky Flash is going to come in, and the Jet dashes in.
Defo's got to find an opener. Sadak able to take care of Redguard and Nats as they try dropping down. Sadak finds a third before getting dropped himself. Numbers advantage still in favor of Vikings, although Shadows might have something to say about it. He's already got 2 on the round. How much more can he get? Spike down, 10 seconds. Sudakash dropping down. He's going to have to pull off this 1v2 to make it happen. Dancing around the utility, not able to get anything. Vikings get to 4.
I feel so sorry for whoever Redguard, or Sudakash rather, just killed. Just kind of gliding off that rope, shimmying across, landing, and just getting and finishing the kill. Beautiful stuff for Vikings. I mean, these are feel-good rounds for this.
What needs to change? What needs to be different?
Yeah, maybe just the go button, right? Because what we're seeing, Gambit, they're getting the map control. They're constantly putting themselves in the right positions. We've seen them all the way deep in A Heaven. We've seen them deep in B Heaven. We've seen them drawing out that utility. But that go button, once they have that control, once they're hitting the site and execing, it's been kind of wishy-washy. A couple players going in, the Sky Flash, the timing. It hasn't been quite as clean as we know and love about this Gambit squad.
The attack has been lackluster up until this point, and Vikings, they've been very glad to take space as well. We saw at the opener of the round there, they pushed into garage, they put the wall up in order to get the ult orb into FRC's hands, so they understand what their plan is at the beginning of every round. Like, they know what they want to do, and they've been able to execute it.
Yeah, things are just really slow. This is very much reminding me of that pistol round of, you could see Chronicles there, just biding his time. He's got the spike on his back, and again, he's rendezvousing back up with his teammates back towards A, and as the Jet and Sky, they're just faking this B Heaven.
That should draw the util out. Nice dash away to stay alive, but you're right, it is all a fake. It's just enough to draw out utility. So they got a good bit of that out. They got the paint shells, they got the slow orb as well. Now they can turn their attention towards A, where they should be playing off of the lockdown. It's going to be countered by one of their own. Redguard creeping his way forward onto the site, trying to find some space to work with some room to breathe. As Defo's up in heaven, providing cover fire. Both going to go off, and it looks like both teams should be able to get away unscathed. The stalemate, a gentleman's agreement, if you will, and now Things are open now. Both teams press go, and now the kill feed lights up. 4 seconds left. Chronicle looking to get the spike down. Should be able to do so. A 3v2 in favor of Vikings. Rolling Thunder coming out. He's been knocked up into high heaven, but the Nanosword provides enough cover for Chronicle to get 2, but he's not quite done with the job. Sudakas has to go in aggressive. The Viper split comes down, and he's not taking the bait. He's going to wrap his way around. He might get the timing on this Potter, but he's got to land it just right. Not able to land the shots. Chronicle, huge there for Gambit as they get on the board.
Huge, huge, huge indeed. Chronicle, the fact that he's breached down on the board.
And now we see how far they can take this train. Vikings on a very light buy, given one just went down, so this should be a situation where Gambit are able to rattle off a bit more. But with that said, we even saw earlier in this map, Potter, where Gambit were in a position with pistols that they made it much closer than they should have. So hard to count out Vikings here. They also have 2 ultimates to work with. We'll keep an eye and see if they invest those. But their utility usage has been so good.
Yeah, and GTN, he's just 1 away from the showstopper. You talk about ultis. Defo, he's going to have to be extra cautious here, make these bullets count. 2 members. Chronicle, he's good for 1, but he gets immediately traded out. And look at the spike, Doug. No one is near it to pick it up.
That's the thing, Potter. 1-for-1s on the side of Vikings here. That feels good, right? Like, you take those. And that's all it's been, back and forth. They haven't been able to really lean into the gun advantage that they have. If you're trading kills, that's great for Vikings.
You take those. You absolutely take those. The spike finally gets collected by Defo, and he's going to meet back up into the site, but both defenders have made their way here. Again, Jesus, GTN, he's 1 away from the showstopper. Oh, he's definitely going to take some damage from this.
Good on Shados to open things up. GTN's going to have to be crispy with the Sheriff. That's crispy, but the dash forward, he had the showstopper, but he doesn't get a chance to fire it off. As it comes out dry, Gambit gets to 2.
Oh, we talked.
That's, I don't want to say concerning, it's a bit early to say that, but if you're Vikings, those are confidence rounds. You're back to a gun advantage.
Yeah, you certainly take notes of that. You certainly take notes. Defo is going to go ahead and try to make his way through a timing here with that Viper's Q. And as I say that, the 2 defenders go ahead and back up.
I don't know that they're going to get a chance at contact on much of anything, and we have to keep an eye on that alarm bot on your mini-map. You see it just at the entry to go down into ropes. That really kind of counters the lack of information from the Viper's wall.
Yeah, it definitely does, but look at this. Look at the mini-map. I love this call coming up from Gambit. Every round thus far, in the first 30 seconds, it's been pressure towards A. That's where the pressure started. They're going to leave Nats there, and now majority of the Gambit members are rendezvousing back towards B here.
It's another, the Cosmic Divide comes out on A, it's another fake, but look at Vikings, look at the discipline, they haven't moved an inch, and it's probably because of the Killjoy utility that's telling them that, hey, this is not real, right? Like, the Killjoy turret has not gone off, the alarm bot hasn't gone off as well. You can't believe that Cosmic Divide, and that's why they stay put.
Yeah, you can't believe it, and the stopping power, that combo, the Sage Slow, and the paint shells off of Race, it's just too damn much to deal with. So Gambit, they pivot, and they make their way back towards A. They're almost in the site, but Doug, there's only 20 seconds left on the clock.
Now, this one's interesting because they double down on the fake again. That draws out the defensive Cosmic Divide. Now they're going to try to work their way towards A site. Sadok is going to have his hands full. Oh, yeah, he's got nothing. That should open the door for Gambit to get onto the site and get the spike down in time. Shadows flashed up, and doesn't matter. Defo there to help as well. Sudakas, a lonely man right now.
Oh, beautiful shots coming in here. You know, in those moments, you just kind of flood in. The trades, the spacing at that moment, it's just all chaos. It's all hectic, it's all chaos. It's a matter of who comes out on top, and in that moment, it was absolutely Gambit. Vikings, they felt flustered. They felt like they had to catch up and get into the side.
Like, hey, I'm going to throw out a nade or a slow orb. They invested 2 ultimates to fake things off. Vikings, they were patient the first time, but the second time they bit.
Yeah, they certainly did. Nice little double pump coming through from Gambit. And you know, that's definitely going to be a topic we're probably going to be talking about a lot, Doug, throughout this entire series, is that stylistic difference. Vikings coming from Brazil. We know and love these South American teams for their aggression, being in your face and just really never backing down. And for Gambit and a lot of the EU teams, it's mostly discipline, right? Mostly slowing the pace down and punishing any of those overzealous, over-aggressive moments. So, oh, and we're gonna invest into the Sky ultimate here. It's good to see that the team is taking things a lot more safe, even though it is a half buy, just some sheriffs. The economy is just not there, but you know, you definitely want to take things safe here.
You wanted a bit more go button. That was probably the closest we've come to seeing an early go button, and even kind of through that, like Vikings dropped Chronicle. They have found some space. Oh, and if they get this timing, okay, Nats kind of tucked in this corner here, and I don't know that the members of Vikings are aware for it. It's pretty brutal crossfire too, as they're able to swing out. There's Defo. He was the safety valve. He was the insurance. If Nats dropped, that was desperately where they needed him. The heal's going to come up onto Defo. Now Vikings, they did upgrade a weapon, so I wonder if they have a chance to do this thing or just kind of save off. No, they're doubling down, Potter. They've both upgraded weapons, but they're going to have to go fast. The thing is they have to check every corner.
Yeah, I don't think they're going for it quite. I think they're just containing at this point. They're just going to try to ruin some money, maybe get some kills, get those feel-good kills for themselves, even bolster up that those ultimate orbs. But yeah, at this point, it's just too far gone.
So with that, we talk about some of the smaller things in the game, right? They are Vikings upgrading both weapons, not just.
Oh, for Vikings, certainly that point proves even more crucial here, especially because Vikings had that 4-0 start. We'll see a lot of pressure this time. Everyone's fighting for mid.
Defo wants to go, Defo wants to find, and Defo does. And it was off of the Trailblazer, right? The Trailblazer followed. He swung out from Sewer as they were able to take mid space, and then the flash to get him into ropes to find the opener. That was pretty.
Definitely pretty. GTN, the jig hasn't been up. Oh, but he peeks right into Redgar's crosshair and just punished for that mid-round aggression. Look at these two. Just biding their time down in Sewer. Look, if Defo goes down there, oh!
One,
whack-a-mole!
Man, just so good. So good. You can tell they were trying to wonder, how do we want to approach this? How do we want to do this? A prime gaming flawless coming out from Gambit. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for sure. And you know, Sodic's ultimate as well with that Killjoy. This should bolster the Vikings' defenses up.
Like they're trying to push towards A main. Yeah, they've taken some of that space off of the fault line out from Sassy. As you mentioned, that's going to allow them to get the ult orb, so the Rolling Thunder now online. Gambit towards B for the earlier parts of the round.
Things have slowed down quite a bit. This time around, a bit of a different look. None of the Gambit members are towards A, applying any pressure. All 5 members are very much grouped in B, and Defo is in.
Not just in, he's up, he's down. He takes Sudicast down with him as he's gotten onto the back of the site. Just Sheriffs on the side of Vikings. What can you do with it? You've got the cover of the Viper's wall to provide them a bit of safety as Shadows continues to creep his way forward. Sassy, one. That's all he's going to get, but the Sheriff, or excuse me, the Spike did go down as GTN gets a second.
Whoa.
A 2v2 here. They've got the lockdown too, Potter. I wonder if they commit it. You've got Redgar on this sneaky little flank, but the wall, the wall's going to go down just in time. But Sodoc's waiting for it. He knows he's on top, not able to land the shots. Redgar takes care of him. It falls down onto GTN. He's already had a highlight shot so far, but he's not going to get a chance at a second as Gambit hold the line for now.
What a close round. What a close round. And they're taking a lot more risks. And so we're definitely seeing these low buy rounds just be wreaking havoc.
This is very similar to what we saw a couple of rounds ago from Defo. Again, the Trailblazer mid, Defo follows it up, but this time they Astra smoke ropes to give him some safe passage into Mail, but the wall goes up. Defo's antics are kept at bay for now.
Or his teammates are gonna go ahead and break that off for him. This should make the Vikings have to respond. They've got to react. There's the Astra Orb. Oh, nice. Huge pickup. FRZ showing a little bit more than I think he intended there.
And see rotations right off of that. If you look at your minimap, you see both GTN and Sassy, they started to rotate back. They got halfway and then kind of thought things through again, but I've drawn attention to it, but Gambit's ability to manipulate what their opponents are thinking is so integral to their success. It's been their bread and butter. It was that way at Masters 3, and we're seeing some of that here now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if you're Redgar, if you're on Gambit, you're absolutely just thrilled about the fact that majority of these rounds so far, I believe, probably in the last 5 rounds, Gambit have had all 5 members alive by 30 seconds left in the round. They're defaulting extremely well. And the Killjoy ultimate's going to go ahead and go down to try to defend off the speed.
Well, and that's the thing, right? That's another instance where Gambit is drawing out our ultimates with a fake. They draw out the lockdown towards B. There's nobody there. They invest their own Cosmic Divide. Now the Rolling Thunder coming out from Vikings as they're going to have their hands full. Sudicast again in a position where he's going to have to go huge. And so far, so good as Sudicast gets 2. Chronicle managing to get the spike down, but Sudicast has not been dealt with. The clip runs dry as he falls. Chronicle avoiding things there. 1v1 is all that's left, and Sadak, the savior for Vikings in this round, gets the defuse.
Incredible round here for Vikings. Saucy, the MVP within this round. I don't know if he even got a kill, but the utility that this man's brought into this round, he held off the hit. All of Gambit were funneled in that A ramp. They got hit with the breeze.
Comes up absolutely enormous for Vikings, and it's good to see them, given the fact that they have lost, what, 5-6 rounds in a row. It's easy for a team to fold there, but they punch right back.
Punching up, swinging back, Doug. You love to see it. We're coming up to the last round of the half here, and Nats is back towards this A ramp. I think this is going to indicate that they do actually want to end A late.
You should run.
We've seen these defaults around before. The spike is down outside B, Gambit just taking their time. Interesting Killjoy ult towards mid here. I like this. This is really going to screw with the Vikings rotations once this is all done and over with.
Breach utility to clear it out. They invest. Oh my god. Oh no, they're going! GTN gets 2 off the showstopper. They were sitting ducks. They had nowhere to go. Now Gambit trying to figure out how do we approach this round. We've got members in Towers. We only have the Bladestorm to work with as well. And Defo's so weak. They do have the spike. Maybe some Astro utility gets him through, finds him the safe passage onto the site, but you've got 2 members from Vikings there. The Cosmic Divide's going to fall out as well as Gambit creep their way forward. 30 seconds left. The Bladestorm comes online. Nats. Oh, GTN, you're not quite done yet, are you? Still playing backside. Defo's got to find some value with that thing. There we go. That's exactly what they needed. A 2v2 is all that remains. Make that a 2v1. Sassy, you mentioned it, Potter, the MVP in a position to go huge for his team. Again, great flash, but Nats gets 4. Gambit get to 7.
What a recovery, Doug. I cannot believe this round. The fact that I thought GTN was going to get 3 with his showstopper there. As soon as his little head popped over that Astro smoke, he saw those little feet in mail. I thought he was going to get 3 for sure, but the fact that it ends, I believe Gambit were down 2 versus...
Nonsense can we make happen?
What kind of nonsense? I will keep my eye out for that nonsense certainly here. Shadows, 2 flashes to his name. He's got the ghost. That certainly tells you he wants to find some duels here.
And we'll see, you know, one of the things we talked about in the previous half was how Gambit were able to exploit the middle of the map to kind of do whatever the heck they wanted. We'll see if Vikings are able to have the same success. So far, I mean, they've weakened a couple of members on the side of Vikings, or excuse me, on the side of Gambit. Let's see if their utility is enough to make this happen. I don't know. Potter, Gambit are not moving from here.
Yeah, they're not. They're certainly not. Very interesting. Shadows already using and burning both flashes. That definitely made things a little bit nerve-wracking for Vikings. They do not want to mess with that area of the map. They know there's a lot of bodies towards there. They're shifting towards A, but this is pretty obvious here, Doug. I think for Gambit, they're going to have a pretty good idea that the hit is coming towards A.
And they have all of the utility from the Killjoy set up to be able to kind of take care of that. There we go. Exactly what we were just pointing out. Chronicle's turret and the Nanoswarm combination is so difficult to get to. And now we're getting to crunch time in the round, right? There are only 30 seconds left. If you're going to commit to a site, you're going to have to do it soon. The alarm bot giving away the rotations, and you see it go back, right? Shadows is already hustling back. You've also got Redguard in an aggressive position. This is textbook out from Gambit, but the kill doesn't come through. That should get Vikings onto the site.
Love this pivot. Such a decisive, quick call for Vikings. They're going to have to get this spike planted and make all these frags count. It's come down to a 3 versus 3 post plant here. Oh, no.
Yeah, looking to attempt the retake. See the Kush drops. Spike ticking away.
Saucy.
Holding things off just fine. Saucy with a great shot. Makes it a 1v2. FRZ's got a lot he's going to have to deal with, but if he's able to isolate the gunfight, he might have a chance at things. He's got the classic, and he still has a bit of armor to his name, Chronicle on the tap. Pulls it right back, the turret to provide some cover, but they're going to have to do this soon. I don't know, Chronicle getting into half. FRZ, you got to challenge it. He challenges it, but Chronicle lands the shots at just the right time and gets the defuse.
Turret, man. Turret is MVP here in this round, just tanking a lot of the bullets. Not just that, but a crosshair, it just makes it way too difficult.
Vikings not finding success in the opener. It's very unlikely that they find success here either, and Defo's here to ensure that that is the case. He's already gotten the opener with Marshall. He's going to get a chance at a little bit more, and he does it. This should be a prime gaming fall.
2 half armors, but they've got full utility coming into this. And the pistol round, we saw them putting a lot of pressure. In fact, all 5 members of pressure towards mid. This time it's just 4 with Killjoy holding off the A push, but so much aggression here.
Pressure mid at just the right time. The snake bite right to the forehead, but it's not enough as Sudikas is able to take care of Nats. Gambit have already dropped one. They're going to flip back to B. Redgar in a position again to be able to come up in a big way for Gambit as they all push right into his lap.
Yeah, and while all of this was going down, Sadhack, he got pushed and bullied completely off of A ramp. You saw the Sky and Jet duo combo going in tandem, pushing down, and look at this. They're going to re-aggress. Now, the timing here is going to be everything. As Gambit re-aggresses down A ramp, they should run right into all 4 members of Vikings here.
Defo used the Blade Storm. He still has that Marshall that he was so good with last time. But
this timing, this pinch.
You're absolutely right. Sudikas, if he's able to land things at just the right time, it's going to be a problem. The fault line, they start to work their way out. Don't know that there are 2 players up. Oh, there they go. One. No! The Blade Storm, not able to do it, but there was Sudikas at just the right time. He was able to grab one of his own. That should create some space, but Chronicle in a spot to take it right back. Oh, no. I don't know that they know. Sasi, if he gets the timing right, the gun barrel, he should be able to clear out that ultimate as well. My guy, it's safe. Walk your way out. Oh, that's so close! All right. Redgar cleans that up, but he still has his work cut out for him. 2 members left. One around pillar, the other one further off site.
And Redgar, oh, the turret just catches him there. He does have a smoke to his name, but FRZ is playing this so well, just biding the time, using that spike as a teammate, and beautiful shot, just a little jiggle. Redgar, not a lot to shoot at there. And a beautiful conversion round.
Probably should have gotten away with it and busted economy for Vikings, but Vikings avoid disaster, at least for now. We've seen this a lot, right? We saw it in the previous half, the Trailblazer, and then Defo works his way forward. These two have been so tightly knit together on this map. They're consistently playing around each other, and that was the bullying that you mentioned. Sadhack already has to give some of that space back. A shot right to the face. His Killjoy's down.
Whack-a-mole once again. Defo and Sky. Duo combo pushing through, and take a look at Shadows. He's not stopping. He's already in attacker spawn, and he's going to make the big flank all the way around. The members of Vikings, they have in control, but look at this Viper Molly off the alarm bot of Killjoy.
Not enough yet, but you saw the turret that triggered that somebody dropped down, and that's why you saw the op shot there. There's Nats creeping his way forward. He manages to find the opener on GTN. FRZ still down there as Nats drops.
Spike down,
Here
B.
comes the spike, finally making its way onto the site to join FRZ. He's 1 point away from having that res online as well. Cosmic Divide coming out. Still got to get the spike down. The delay is there. Defo.
30 seconds
kind of opener
left.
you got.
Shadows finally making his way to the site. He's finally here. I think he's going to probably be the first point of contact. Maybe he's waiting for his teammate to get contact, but Defo gets taken out.
FRZ getting a little spicy with it, as Shados does as well. Vikings fall apart there at the end, and you know, really for them to have gotten as far as they did, they got the spike down, right? Like, it was tough treading for a little while, but they got in there, they got the spike down, they had the setups, and even FRZ going aggressive onto Defo there through the Cosmic Divide was a great setup, but it just wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough, but you know, all things considered, especially how the round started off. You know, we look back all the way towards A ramp.
He opened up the map. It was very aggressive. It was very momentum-based, and that's what got them to that point. Good on Gambit to swing it right back, but the timeout coming in to make sure disaster is avoided. GTN going aggressive. Shadows trades it right back.
Love the aggression for VKS, or for GTN rather there. Defo certainly wasn't expecting that. At least they're able to get a trade. I mean, Saucy, now the question is he going to want to, well, maybe not anymore, but I was going to say he might want to invest that breach ultimate coming into this round now. I mean, they've still got a Sage res as well. Things could get really interesting in this round, Doug.
Yeah, they've already managed to drop Redguard, and that's followed. These trades have just been going back and forth. Yes, Gambit got away with it. Shados got 3 at the end. That's awesome. They upgraded the op, but it's these back and forth.
Seems to be that, again, they're going to bring most of their presence towards mid here. I like the aggression. We're seeing the judge coming out to the table again.
And with that, Defo should... Well, the thing is, they don't have any personnel mid. Okay, so there's a Trailblazer that comes out. That's going to allow Defo to take more of an aggressive position up in mail to hold down mid with that op potentially. But you see Vikings through that. They've kind of given up this idea of working their way mid. They're going to get into sewers to try to lean towards A. Once again, when you go towards A, you're going to have to deal with all of this Killjoy utility, this time coming out from Chronicle and the Bulldog to boot.
Yeah, and Saucy, he's going to have to make a decision here. Does he want to use his ultimate before they get into the site or save it for the actual retake? And there's my answer. He's going to go ahead and use it before. I don't think he's going to get much off of it. Nats and Chronicle already fine too.
Yeah, GTN not able to convert off of that raise, and as quickly as things started, they come to a screeching halt, and really off of that, you see Gambit already on the rotate. Redguard trying to take some more of that space away. Nice shot out from Defo. He's going to get a shot at another one here. The flash. Not exactly what they were looking for, but Sassy.
30 seconds left.
I just don't know that there's enough there. I mean, maybe, but you still got to yank so much of it back in your way. And you've got Redguard, again, making sure there's nobody rotating back. They can double down on this defense on A.
Yeah, this is going to be so tough, especially because Saucy took a lot more damage than I'm sure he wanted. 10 seconds left on the clock. At this point, it's looking like Vikings just want to save their guns. Hopefully go into the next round, make something happen. Not a bad call either. You take a look at the ultimates that are going to be coming online. We've got the Showstopper. We've got the Killjoy ultimate. So definitely some options into the next round. He's going to have to survive. Okay, he's good.
Just money save. Sadak and FRZ are both at light armor now. Both Sadak and GTN, 2 points, or a point each from having their ultimate online. But can Defo find success off the Trailblazer?
No, that turret.
Yeah, he saw the turret, yep.
Oh, no.
Give him the shoulder. He doesn't take it off. Sadak swings out. The Nano Swarm there, and look at all of this utility coming in as the rest of Vikings work their way towards A. You've got Nano Swarms, you've got Alarm Bots, and guess what? You've got Chronicle, or else you had him, at least for a moment. Vikings finding some space.
They are, but they haven't had to deal with Nat's ultimate in B main yet this half. I'll be interested to see exactly how they react. I think Sadak, as soon as he turns this corner, he's going to realize, and this should probably make Gambit second guess or at least do something else. And take a look at Shados again. Look at where he's at on the map.
Sneaky, sneaky guy. Sadak playing in and out of the Viper's pit. And I mean, they have some time to switch off if they want to. This is sitting on a ticking time bomb. Shados get the timing just right, and he does. And unfortunate for Sadak as well, as he looks away at the worst possible time. But with that, you kind of have to go, right? You have to get onto the site. Saucy tries doing that and manages to take care of Redguard along the way, swinging out around the pillar, but you're going to have to mess with the guys that are in the Viper's pit. Defo, an up barrel down his throat as he cleans him up. Saucy's the last alive. He's gotten 3. He's going to need 2 more to play another round, and he's going to get a shot at it. The flash gets 1. He got 4 on the round, but that's all he got. As Shados cleans it up, Gambit win 13-6.
My goodness, my goodness. Look at the celebratory dances coming out from these Gambit guys. That was dominant, you know? I mean, throughout the whole match, I kept thinking about what are the win conditions? What can Vikings do? But either way, no matter what they did, Gambit looked clean and polished. They didn't look faltered. They didn't look shook at any point. Nats, he's looking like his superstar self. And Shados, man, he had free reign all over A. There were 2 or 3 times in that second